What is going on, y'all? Good evening. I hope you're doing well. I wanted to come on here and to share something special with you. Um, I've been giving a lot of thoughts to things I wanted to share with this particular group in relationship to something special that I have um, gained, learned over the last year. And so, in doing that, I literally said, okay, why don't we just do just that? And so, what I wanted to do was just share with you 10 things that I have learned in this year. Since we're at the end of my birthday month, and now in the beginning of a new birthday, other people's birthday months. Um, that's what I wanted to share. And so, let's get started. 10 things I learned in a year. So my notes are right here. I'm going to check them out every now and then. So here's the first thing that I learned. I can do anything. I definitely learned that. I learned that no matter what I've got going on, that I will get it done if it's something that I want to do. Last year, I was knee deep in personal development, really just making sure I took care of developing myself, my business, the things that I needed to do to get things done. Right. And so this year has been all about just getting as slim as possible and doing just that, streamlining on the things that I need to do in my business. And as a result of that, I have had so many things come up. I've had more travel opportunities than I've ever had before. And that's caused a lot of, discomfort for me, right? That has not always been the most comfortable, especially getting on somebody's planes, having escorts and stuff inside of summits and conferences and stuff. Um, it's not always the most comfortable, but man, I have learned that I can do anything because I've watched myself navigate this and I'm just like, girl, who is this? Who is this person? I'm so super proud. Um, as a result of that, a byproduct of being outside more is being around more people more often. That is another thing that has been big time for me because I isolated so much. And so now the fact that I am willing to and desire to be around other people is huge for me. And so that's it. I can do anything. That's number one. Here's number two. Consistency and repetition is more important than you think. It really, really is. What I have learned in this year is that actually, let me back it up. In 2020, when everything just kind of started, right? I had never been on IG before prior to that. And the end of 2020, I decided, okay, I'm going to really do this thing. I'm going to really try my best to go out there and just give to the world a different way, empower people in a different way, empower women in a different way. And that was my decision. And I said, okay, I'm going to stop being a whole punk and get on social media and tell the world, share myself with the world. That was before. Here I am, 2024, and Instagram considers me a micro influencer. And it's pretty cool the things that come with that. Give me a second, y'all. Let me cut all of these things off because they are just going off. All right. Okay, there we go. Sorry about that. Um, and so just the journey of that has just been crazy because I am still someone that really I do social media for work and that's it. I don't have a personal social media, Instagram, and this is work for me. Most of the things that I follow is work related or indirectly work related. And so it really is a singular focus. And I feel like the consistency in that, just showing up every single week, I'd say, because I'm definitely not an everydayer. But every single week has been something that's been instrumental, just that consistency and showing up every week. The repetition of doing that every single week. Now I am used to doing that at least a few times a week. And so as a result of that, I have I've seen where my followers have gained comfort. I think that's the biggest thing. You feel more comfortable, right? They feel more comfortable. And I can see that. I can feel that. I love that. I have here showing up for myself, right? um, that's so true. Showing up for myself, it really gave me a different type of pride, right? Just doing the things repeatedly that I said that I would do, right? Every week, and anything, not just social media, what have you, anything, showing up for yourself, man, it makes you feel good. It makes you feel good. And that's everything. It's everything all the time, even if we don't feel it or experience it because we're not showing up for ourselves. But the moment we do, we get to feel that. And it always feels amazing. It always feels amazing. Okay. Here's the last one. Success is not about the actions you do. Okay. It's really not. Success is about the actions you repeat. Success is about the actions you repeat. If you focus on the actions that you do, right, then it is all about getting that thing done. And then you're like, high five, boom, did that. Now it is about repeating it. Now it's about repeating what works, repeating those success phases, right? And then improving from it and growing and evolving from it. Okay. And so you've got to repeat. That's how you become successful. It is not when you just do. That's not enough. You've got to continue to do. And that means, once again, you got to show up and stay consistent and be repeating of these good, consistent actions, right? And so if that requires you to get more habits, better habits, different habits, get them. That's okay too, right? That is okay too. But what it does mean is that whatever the solution is, you're willing to do it because you know that you need consistency and repetition, right? More than you thought, because now you understand all the things that it comes with. Okay. All right, cool. Number three, it's important to, ooh, this one's a good one. Y'all, it's important to get in the room whenever you can. It's important to get in the room whenever you can. Okay. I have had the opportunity in the last year to be in some rooms, y'all, to be in some rooms. And it is because I have been, well, listen, y'all, I'm military, right? In the military, we are trained a certain way. Give me a second, let me drink some water. We're trained a certain way. And the way that we're trained is we take care, and this is also in leadership. So to be clear, this is nothing special to the military. But the way that we're trained is we take care of our top, right? And our top is, like in the military, that was like your XO, or if you were enlisted, that was like your first sergeant, right? That was the person that got it done. They knew everybody. That's like that, man. Like that's like that auntie in the family, right? Or in a leadership perspective or what have you, it's that person that everyone knows is well connected. So you want to make sure you get in the room to support your top, right? And so, because your top is literally that beacon, that person that is getting you all of, like, all you got to do is just support your top. And as a result, it's a byproduct of showing up in the room, then you will subject yourself to other energies, other people that need you, other people that you need, right? Okay. And so it literally goes a lot. It goes all the way up and down. Let me show you. So then I want you to support your peers. Now, these are the people that are in your circle. Those are the people that are literally right there with you, probably making the same money area, a range, a little bit above you, a little bit below you, but pretty much in that range. And you guys been knocking it out together. You may have, like for me, I've gained some great groups over the last year, maybe the last even 2 years, man. I have just found myself in such a blessing of different rooms and different groups of women who I've had the space and the opportunities and the blessing and the honors to just commune with. And so many of those groups, they've shown me so much, taught me so much that I didn't know. Because, when you're in your own world, you just know your own world, and then whoever else you let in. But man, when you let more people in, you see more experiences, and it's been really, really good. So supporting them in any way I can, right? Showing up at their virtual events, maybe physical events if I can. If I'm driving in the area, hey, I'm in this city, pull up, where y'all at? Who's here? Right? And things like that. Really, really just staying connected whenever I can. Really, really important. But not just staying connected, supporting business and stuff, but making sure you're tapping in to make sure you're supporting that sister, that brother, that friend, or whomever, right? As a person, as a human, to tap in as a friend. And then there's that last part, right? Which is support those who is looking to be where you have been. Okay. You've got to make sure that you are always reaching and pulling people up, right? Reaching and pulling people with you. And whatever way that may mean, it could mean something like reposting something. It could be something as simple as reposting something. It could be something as medium as, buying something, supporting their business, wearing it, speaking in it, tagging them, things like that, right? Spitting some game, actually taking some time to give and only to give. And it could be so many other things, but the point is being intentional in that, making sure that that it's important to get into the room. And it's not just important to get into the room of the people who you look up to, but it's also important to get into the room of all of the levels, right? Because that's how you holistically see all of the spaces, right? And you're not conformed to, certain areas just because that is your scope of view, right? And so that is, listen, all areas, all levels, all diversities, all of the things, okay? And so, okay, you get the point. Won't beat it. Here's number 4: continue to demand balance. Oh my gosh, this one for me, y'all, has been big lately, because as expectations are growing, as things are changing in my business, as things are changing in my life, as my family is aging, my mom is aging, and things like that, there are so many things going on in all of the different areas of life. And then there's you, and you are a person. And if you don't take care of you, baby, none of this other stuff matters, right? And so, oh my gosh. And then there's days where you're just doing that really, really good. And you like, oh shit, self care. Oh, self care. Oh. Ah, nothing. This is nothing. Nothing. This is nothing. Nothing. Oh, okay, my bad. All right. So some days you're like that, right? And then other days you're like, oh my gosh. Ah, ah, ah. Netflix and chill. Chill on the couch. Feeling guilty about what you're not doing. Oh my gosh, I'm so stuck in this space. This heaviness is just on me, and I can't get it loose. Oh my gosh, what is going on? And then I feel bad about it. I feel bad about it. I feel guilty about it. It's holding me. It's emotionally holding me down. Ooh, isn't that heavy? Did you feel that? Did you feel the different energies? Oh my gosh, such pressure, right? So many things. And then there's that place in the that place in the middle. That place in the middle exists too, right? Balance, peace, where all things get done, but in its appropriate times, right? Everything has a schedule, everything has a time, right? And that is something you need to know. Another thing that you need to know is that CEOs, that space for you of balance is always going to need to be challenged. Why? Because your North Star is always going to need to be challenged. And I don't mean that you got to just keep on like going crazy to like go for your goals. I do kind of mean that, but that's not what I'm talking about in this case, right? In this case, I'm talking about like you're going to have to challenge yourself to grow, right? That's where the growth lies. It lies in your discomfort, and we know that. And so you're going to have to decide. You're going to have to decide how to move forward in your discomfort, right? And the way you do that is find the things that make you happy. Find the things that make you happy, write that shit down, make sure you know all of the stuff that make you happy. So when you have to revert back to it, right, you know exactly what you need to pull from, right? You've got a list because balance is important because we're uncomfortable here, but we're growing. So we got to stay in this and we're cringing and it hurts, right? But maybe while we're still growing and cringing and it hurts, we can get back to this list over here and we can say, oh my gosh, you know what? I can go look in, you know what? I can go set up the RV in the woods because that's like my number one thing to balance me out. Bet I could cringe over here in the woods, right? We can see what these woods cringing looking like, you know? And so we can balance some things that make me feel, and we wrote it down. We wrote down all the things that makes us feel when we doing those things, our happy list, right? You feel me? And we're putting those things together. Um, okay. So when you have these situations, having that list to be able to revert back to is gold. Okay. So don't slip on that. You want to make sure that you take the time to do this. Here's number 5, y'all. Intentionality requires a plan. Okay. Intentionality requires a plan. Okay. Um, no more of this, we'll see how we feel. I'll see how I feel. Um, it's a feeling. I'm looking for something. No, no, baby. No, 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 no. No, we're not. No, we're not. Okay. We're not gonna go off of our feelings. We're gonna go off of metrics. We're gonna go off of knowledge. We're gonna go off of numbers, or at least being able to measure something. Okay. All right. And so I want to say this. It's important that I say this. You get one life, this one that you're in, this one that you're in. And if your feelings, the things that you feel, are tied to previous anxieties or any other experiences that could have led to negative thoughts or feelings regarding to certain things, right? Then your feelings could not always be the things that you want to be led by. Does that make sense? Okay. And so that's important to think about because if you think about it like that, then the thing that you're saying is your feelings, the things that you may not want to be led by, is the thing, right? Is the actual thing that is leading you. And if that is the case, then oh my goodness, right? Right? We want to make sure we have an actionable plan that is leading us in this life to where we want to respond intentionally. Okay, intentionally. We want to make sure we create plans for our goals and for the things that we want to do, and that we're intentional in following that, right? That we're intentional in following those plans. We want to make sure that we're respecting this one life that we get. Okay. Intentionality requires a plan. Okay. And so you've got to create or implement strategies or plans for everything. Even if you want to do better in your relationship, create a strategy for it, plan, write it down. What will you do? How will you be better? What actions will you take? How often? Right? Take the shit seriously because you should, because it's your life, right? Your one life. Your one life. Hey, listen, I got 10 of these things, but if I don't drink some water, I ain't gonna even be able to talk to y'all. So y'all just give me 1 second. Mhm, mhm, mhm. Where my video thing at? Mhm. All right, y'all, I'm back. I am back. I am back. All right. So here is number five. No, number six. Number six. So we are after halftime here. We got five more. So here's number six. Go where the energy flows. Okay. So easy. That's it. Baby, she goes where the energy flows. She doesn't go to the left or to the right. She doesn't cringe. She doesn't force herself. She goes where the energy flows. If you remember that phrase and you do that, man, life will be so much easier to handle because we're not forcing things. Oh my gosh, I really, really don't want to, but I want to please this person, or I really, really, no, we've got to start to listen to what we want to do. We've got to go where the energy flows, okay? We've got to, okay? And so you've got to make sure that you stay literally, literally as far as you can away from energy that makes you cringe, right? That makes you sad. Okay. Now we cannot run from all energies. And that's what I'm sorry, that's not what I'm saying. But what I am saying is what you need to know is that energy expands. Okay. You need to make sure that it's your energy that's leading, and your energy is the one that you want to be leading with. Okay. And so you've got to know that energy goes, right? And it's going to follow the leader. Who are you? Are you leading with the energy, or are you receiving someone's energy? Okay. Okay. And so it goes both ways. It goes both ways. All right. Energy is very, 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 very contagious. Okay. And so if something or someone does not make you feel safe, then baby, you've got to stand up in that energy, and you've got to make some moves and actions towards that. You've got to be curious to find out why. You've got to figure things out, but you can't sit there in that space. Okay. You're going to have to actually do something in order to for the energy to flow again. Okay. You've got to do something. All right. And then the last part I have here on, oh, yeah, this is a big one for me. Not for me, but for most people when they hear this. But um, the last part of she goes where the energy flows is how much influence you're letting in, how much energy that you're letting in of others, or of other people's intention to influence you. Um, social media. Shit, I'm included in that. I'm on social media attempting to influence you, right? The news. Oh my gosh, the news. Oh my gosh, the news. I'm just gonna leave it right there. The news. Okay. I don't watch the news. I know people are, every time I say that to people, they're like, "What do you mean?" I like, not at all. I don't watch the news, and for me, it has given me the most comfort, because what I found was, especially after getting out of the service, man, I would listen to the news, and I would feel and hear so many people's opinions, and their opinions would be so skewed against certain things, and it would just rile me up, right? And then the collective energies of the people would rile me up, and next thing you know, I am moving in those energies that are not mine, and I am moved by them, and they were not mine. And so energy is contagious. I don't watch that shit. I watch my ear gate. I am very intentional on what I listen to, who I talk to, what we talk about. If there's a conversation that's low vibes, listen, we're gonna pivot that thing. We're gonna pivot that thing, or I'm out. I'm out till next time, right? Till next time. I don't have time for the foolishness. You already know me. Love you, girl. I really will. I'll say it just like that. I really will though. But gotta go, Bo. Love you. Till next time. You crazy though. You crazy though. I hope you get that shit together. I'm gonna pray for you. Bow. Yeah, because you've got to have those kinds of boundaries, right? You've got to. right? With your clients, with text messages, with your phone, with your music, with the news, with social media, with family conversations, with, you lead that tone. And if the tone is starting to go south, it's your job to pull. Hey, wait a minute, wait a minute. It's your job to pull that back. Your job. That's your responsibility if you feel it happening, okay? And so you go where the energy flows. You make sure you're always keeping the energy in flow and in balance, just like we talked about previously, okay? Okay, so the next one is mind your body, okay? Mind your body. And it's not all about body. In this case, listen, you got to constantly, every day, flush negative thoughts out of your head, out of your mind, so that your body can move, so that your body can remove, right? So it can move and remove. Okay. It's not able to do that if every day you're having the same recycled thoughts and it's all just piling up in here. After a while, there's going to be nowhere else for the body to keep the score. And what else is it going to do? It's going to start to come out in some kind of way, whether that is disease, sickness, you name it. It will start to come out. And so you've got to mind your body because it all goes together. Okay. It all goes together. Okay. Yeah. Okay. So let me go back to how we get those negative thoughts out of the head. Okay. So download your thoughts on paper, thought downloads. Make sure that you're actually, excuse me, telling your thoughts. I'm sorry, putting your thoughts on this paper, right? On whatever, your paper, your whatever. I've got this remarkable, I can't live without this thing nowadays. And so that's what I'm putting mine on, but you get the point. And you're actually downloading those thoughts and you're seeing what thoughts are actually true and what are not. And the ones that aren't, you're questioning them and you're assessing them and you're deciding if that's how you actually want to think about a certain thing. There's so much value in assessing those thoughts. Just because it's your thought does not mean it's true. It just means that you've repeated it so many times in your head that you think it's true, but it's not a fact. Okay. Sorry, it's not a fact. All right. And so you got to know that it's up to you to make sure you're assessing those things. All right. And then lastly is physically about your body. How do you want your body to look? How do you want to feel about your body? Whatever the answers to those questions are, it's your job and responsibility to get yourself to that center, however you can. We're not saying do it tomorrow, right? But it's your job and responsibility. Why? Listen, otherwise it's going to create brain energy. All right. And remember, we're going only where the energy flows. And we need to make sure that that energy is a free flowing to the things we want to do, the person we are, and who we're looking to become. Not the brain games, the brain things that can draw and distract and detract us off of our goals. Okay. All right. And so that is so important. It is important that if you have some body goals, it's important that you get them on the list of things to do and you take it seriously. Because if you don't, it will cause brain clutter. It will continue to distract you from your goals because you will feel shame or you will feel guilt or you will want to do or desire to do something. It will affect everything you do, what you eat, what you put on your body. It will affect so much that you will not help but to be distracted, right? And so you've got to decide how you want your body to look. You've got to do that by deciding how you want to feel about your body, right? And then we got to go about and get it. Okay. So mind your body. All right. Okay. So number eight is your circle in your corner? Is your circle in your corner? Okay. Um, Contrary to what you may believe, baby, isolation is not good. I don't know why there are so many people. I know why, because we were self-isolating for so long that we just got it in our head that that was the thing to do. And at the time, it was the thing to do. And so now we are like, we don't need people. We still do need people. Okay. We still need people. We need to be intentional with those people. We need the right people, but we still need people. Okay. Self isolation is not good. Okay. And so for the ones of us that don't have anybody, we're starting from zero. Find one. Find one. Find one person that is a business, could be a business bestie, someone that you can have commonalities with in business and go from there, right? Maybe then gain two. And maybe your circle is a circle of three or a circle of four. It doesn't matter the size. What matters is the love, the support, the sister brotherhood, whatever, the family. Okay, that's what matters. Okay. And when you get that circle, when you get those people, show them the real you, right? Be vulnerable, give value, make sure that they know that you're here to give and to receive, and show up for yourself. If you need help, say that, share that, right? It's so important to know that your circle is in your corner and that you can do these things with. Man, listen, I use mine. I be tapping on the door, hey y'all, I need y'all today. Anybody here? I'm gonna send this as a group. I'm gonna throw it out there. Like, who gonna pick it up? I do it. I really, really do. I really, really do. And so um, I'm not telling you nothing that I'm not doing myself. I guess that's what I'm trying to say. I'm not telling you nothing that I'm not doing myself. All right, here's numbers 9 and 10. Give me a second. Let me get to the notes here. Give me a sec. Okay. All right, here's number 9. I can have anything I allow my energy and action to experience. Okay. I can have anything I allow my energy and action to experience. That's it. All right. Listen, you will never win a race if you're only thinking about losing. Baby, you got to see your dreams in HD, 4K, 10K, whatever it is. You got to close your eyes and see every bit of it. And when you're thinking about your dreams, I promise you, you're not thinking about failing at your dreams. You're not thinking about your dreams not coming true. That's not what you're thinking of. You're thinking about your dreams coming true. You're thinking about how happy you are for your dream to have came true. The energy of that is such a different energy than that of someone that is hoping that their dream comes true. Do you understand that? Okay. And so you've got to make sure that your energy and your actions align. If you're going around walking in your professional self and saying that you're doing these things and you're doing these things, then you've got to make sure that the energy, right, that you believe who you are in the energy of who you are as you're doing those things, right? You can't be sitting there saying that you're an imposter and you can't wait to go take your shoes and stuff off and sit down on the couch. This is you in it, right? Both in energy, right? I'm 100% committed and I know this is going to work for me and my family. Let's go, right? 10 toes down. And I'm doing the actions that align with that. Ooh, okay. You've got to experience it like that. You ready for this? Before you get it. You got to experience it like that. Like we just explained, you got to experience the whole thing, both in energy and in action. You got to feel the energies and see the actions that you took, or ask and find out about the actions you need to take in order to feel those energies. Get a coach, get a mentor, so whatever you need to do. Okay? Because you've got to be willing to experience it before it happens in order for it to happen. What? Yes, you've got to see that thing And in order to see that thing, you've got to paint the picture. Okay. You're not able to paint the picture of your success if your only focus is on your failure, whether it's a past failure or your fear of a perceived failure or a future failure. If your focus is there, it cannot also be on killing it, on just crazy killing, crushing your wildest dreams. The two do not live together. You're picking one over the other. Okay. And so you've got to experience it before you have it. So now what are you going to do? Now, which one are you going to pick? Your choice. Tick, tick. All right. Here's number 10. Listen now, it's up to you to do the thing. That's number 10. It's up to you to actually do the thing. We can give you all these tools, right? We can tell you all the things to do, but if you don't put this stuff together and actually do it, it means nothing. It means nothing. It's up to you to do the thing, okay? And so if you got some stuff going on, you got to check yourself. That's what you've got to do. You've got to self-manage, you've got to self-coach, you've got to get somebody, accountability partner, someone that can help you. But you've got to be able to check yourself because you got to do the thing. You are the person that guards the mission. The mission is completed when you complete it. Okay. And so you got to check yourself when you're in the way. When you're in the way of the mission, you've got to check yourself. Okay. You've got to mind your energy. You've got to make sure that you're spending your time doing and thinking about things that are going to move you, us, and this goal forward. Okay. We're not spending time in the energy of failure and the energy of shame. We're not spending time in the energy of any of those things because that distracts us from spending time in the energy of excitement, of success, of completion, of pride, right? They're not sitting in the same space. One is waiting for the other, whichever one. Okay. And so you've got to realize that you've got to make sure that you are in control of that. Okay. And then your thoughts, right? Your actions, you've got to actually make sure that the things that you're doing are the things that you're supposed to be doing. Okay. The things that you have gotten written down in an action plan with your coach. And if you don't have one, got you, hit me up. Okay. But you've got to make sure that what you're doing, the actions you're taking, are the actions that's going to move you forward in your life, in your mindset, in your business. Okay. So those, y'all, are the 10 things. Okay. Those are the 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. The 10 things that I have learned in the last year. It is a pleasure and honor to share it with you. Which ones were your favorite? Give me your top 3. I would love to know. All right, y'all. I will talk to you next time. All right. Peace.